What's up, guys? So I'm going to do a market review on this video and just go over the indexes and maybe a couple tickers here. Before I get into it though, if you wouldn't mind smashing that like button, leave a comment below, let me know how you've been doing this week. It helps the channel grow, and I'm trying to reach more people with this and help them learn and grow as well. Also, I run a Discord, and the link's in the description below. It's completely free for right now. I'm going to probably run it free for the full year, and that's because I quit my job last year to pursue things that I want to do. So I'm going to hunt for a couple months. So I'm going to be active in here, but I'm not going to be able to scalp like I was. Like I made 3 trades I let everyone know about today. Went 3 for 3. One of the scalps was 2 minutes. So I obviously can't do that when I'm away from my computer and on my mobile device. So yeah, for right now, this is for educational purposes and for people to check it out, see if I'm, for real. It's right here if you want to see what's going on. I post throughout the day and let people know what I'm doing. Um, what I'm looking at going into tomorrow. So I'm going to do like a larger overview here. We have FOMC, and no one knows really how the market's going to react to this. At this point on SPY, we have our third inside bar. So we're tightening up into this event. We're very close to an all-time high. Like if we would close today, we'd close at a new all-time high. As far as the close goes, so we're still very bullish. Breaking down to the daily chart, and we've been holding this 20 pretty much this whole run here. This is the only time we broke it and we immediately bounced up, and that's the first red week we had on this whole run. We're still looking for this pattern to break eventually. It will, and I think it'll be pretty significant when it does. So right now we have every weekly candle low being higher than the previous candle except for this one right here. Right now we're at 21 candles in that pattern, and the only one that broke was this. So 20 out of 21 candles have had a weekly higher low than the last. This is an absolute beast of a rally right now. At some point it's going to consolidate. I'm not sure when. I thought we were getting warning signs as far as the semis, and they did consolidate, but there we are pushing towards all-time highs again. Who knows what's ultimately going to happen tomorrow when Powell talks though. So I don't like trading on FOMC days. I'm going to let the dust settle and then trade afterwards. I've had a really good week so far. I'm not trying to mess it up on FOMC day. So I'm personally sitting this one out. As far as trading bullish in markets, bulls don't want to see us below this 20 period moving average. Like I said, the last time we was on our red weekly candle, our one red weekly candle we've had this whole time. So we definitely want to stay above that if you're a bull. If you're bearish, you're looking for that to, get closes below that. And that's probably your first signal you can act on. We want to see a bear break of this weekly inside bar because we are getting tight if you're a bear. So there's your levels you would want to keep an eye on as far as a break. 517.38 to the upside, and that breaks bullish obviously, and 508.12 to the downside. This is probably going to decide right now how the market pushes for the next couple of weeks. Going into after tomorrow, we've been riding this 8 period moving average on the weekly. We haven't even touched the 20. It's been a really strong rally, so we'll see what happens tomorrow. We're almost at an all-time high close right now, so definitely leaning more bull. I'd say if we break below 511.11, that's definitely more of a cause for concern. I mean, there's price structure here, so bulls could bounce and defend that again, but FOMC days are pretty choppy, so we could pop up and then reject, shoot down. I'm not trying to trade this at all. I'll let, like I said, the dust settle and I'll play afterwards. But for anyone that is trading tomorrow, these are your levels, and just play the break either way. Definitely leaning more bullish. You can see even on the 4-hour we're above the moving averages. The shorter ones for momentum, same thing with the 1-hour chart. We're in a bullish uptrend, so it's more probable to play to the upside. I said I'm setting this out because we could get fake outs, and I'm not trying to be a part of any kind of traps. So I'll wait. If we go to the Qs, still have this large gap below. They defended it today. So once we re-enter this gap, I think that's just it. It's going to fill quick. We start to fill it back here, then they bounced it up into Monday in the pre-market. So they keep defending this area. We have a lot of support here, but once that goes, it's going to flush quick. The Qs are definitely still relatively weaker compared to SPY. Like we actually pulled back on the weekly chart. You can see us holding the 8 still bullish. So until the bears start giving up this support area and ultimately close below that 8-period moving average, the bulls are still in charge. So we're still in a bull uptrend. It's hard to kill a bull. This can last for a very long time. I'm still looking for a 10% correction. When we get it, who knows? This could be a little while. Bulls want to hold above this gap. I mean, that's obvious. We have almost a whole month up here. So once we start to actually close below here again, I think it's going to be done. It's going to be longer term consolidation. I thought for sure that this was going to consolidate once we start to enter the gap last Friday, especially with the signals I was seeing, like I said, with the semis. But yeah, the bulls are resilient. Maybe that was just OPEX as far as, burning the premiums on the calls and the puts. So as far as bulls, like I said, you want to hold this level, and bears want to take it. A pop above here, we retake the daily uptrend. So you can see here that we made a daily downtrend, but now we popped up lower high, higher low, and if we pop above this level right here, daily trend change. So this is right now is very bullish on the weekly chart, to be entirely honest with you. Like, again, we've been closing above the 8-period moving average this whole bull rally ever since October. So yeah, this is not bearish at all. The shorter time frames though in the Qs are more bearish than SPY, obviously, because we consolidated. SPY's just keeps pushing upwards. One sector takes over the other and carries the market. So we're below the 20 on the 4-hour. In the 1 hour, we're closing above, just started closing above everything. So we're, like I said, slightly more bearish because we still didn't confirm a daily uptrend yet, where the SPY has. So I'm going to go over a couple tickers as far as tomorrow and a little bit of trade review as far as what I've done. So I've been notifying everyone what I've been doing with Smci. I closed my put yesterday, and I was hoping to get a little bit higher of a bounce into today to reshort. Unfortunately, they came out with a share offering news, and that's bearish. So we gapped down pretty hard right into my buy zone that I had labeled out. So I scalped this long 3 times today. That was my day trades, and did pretty well. Didn't get the bounce that you really want out of this. Like, usually you get a good 10% plus bounce, and that would have took us up to the gap fill. I was looking for that ultimately, but we weren't really pushing too hard. They were quick. Some of them were pretty quick. So initially, I saw this massive volume. We're oversold. We got a gap down. We're oversold on every time frame besides the 4-hour, and we're at my buy zone. So as soon as I saw the volume coming in, I grabbed them and flipped them within 2 minutes. So at 9:32, I typed that I bought 900 calls for this Friday, and then 9:35, I said I was out. 9:34, I said I was out, but then put the screenshot in there. So 2 minutes, 32% on those. Called it a day. So 9:32, that's in right here. So I saw this candle form, and I was like, that's probably going to confirm that candle. So I got in and scaled out on this one to push up. It could have definitely kept ripping without me, but it was a solid trade right out the gate. So I'm taking it, especially after the past couple days I've had trading this. It's been a moneymaker for me. So watch this come down. And ultimately, I knew we were looking for a reshort here because of the share offering. We just confirmed a daily downtrend. We have so much overhead supply at this point that bounces are definitely for shorting. So I didn't want to hold it too long. I knew that. I was looking for a short later in the day. So I made a significant gain right out the gate with some shorter dated contracts and figured once I saw that new low come down, I was like, I made profits on the day. And at 9:47, I said I was back in an initial entry again for this Friday. So my plan is if I have to, I'm going to scale in 3 times. And I already took off my first entry on that first one. It was a win. So same thing, 900 strikes. And I was looking for that gap fill. And my thoughts were, we're still in the buy zone. We're still oversold. If anything, we just got some bull divergence. And on that trade, I said that I was in at 9:47, like I said. And then I was out at 10:08 for 7%. So that's right around here. Once we broke through, I was seeing this rejection candle here. So you kind of want to see increasing bull volume, which is what I was stating in the Discord. And right here I was saying, looks to me that they want to make another leg lower. So we were rejecting from the 2 minutes. So I wasn't too crazy about my entry. And you can see that's when I entered right there on the volume climax. Green candle. I was like, okay, like maybe they're going to, confirm this bullish divergence. We got into my buy zone again. Like I'm bullish here, obviously, or else I wouldn't have it drawn. And we were oversold. We have a gap. So I'm looking to play this bounce. I'm still really bearish as stock, but play both directions, make money both ways. Once I saw this rejection here, though, I was a little more iffy. So that's here. And then we held that low, pushed up again, saw another rejection. So I was like, the bulls aren't strong. Like I'm not seeing big bull volume like here. I want to see bull volume to push this up, to get to good level to short. And I was looking to short the gap fill, slash up here at $1,000 psychological, but we didn't even get close. So as soon as I saw this, I exited that, got a little over 7% there. And then my last trade I made was on this low right here. So I posted here at 10.19. I'm going to take another stab at it with an initial entry. And what I'm looking at is right here, we still have divergences. And I'm looking for a new low, no follow through because we're still extended. We're not bouncing enough to cool anything off besides the 2 minute really. So I figured I'd take another initial entry. We're still in my buy target. I saw this wick right here. So I'm saying high volume oversold. And that was on the hourly chart. So you can see that massive volume. Obviously, we had news, but the sell-off, we're starting to capitulate. That's what I was thinking. And we're looking for some sort of bounce here to short again. So we have to get a dead cat bounce at some point. That's what, at least what I'm looking for. And I posted at 10:34. I was out and got another 17% there. So I got in on this candle right around here. And 10:34 was right here. So it's right before we broke. And I remember posting in there that I probably should have held, so it's going to break. I said, I'm out. If it pops without me, it does. Here it goes. And that's when it actually broke the resistance. And what I was seeing is I wasn't seeing, again, high volume coming in. So I was hoping with this new low that it'd be no follow through, that we would start to see increasing bull volume. We were set at a higher low here. And I was looking for increasing volume, but we got volume here, but we're right at the top. And I was seeing while that candle was developing, the sellers try to sell into it. And I was like, I still don't like this. I'm not seeing the increasing bull volume pushing out of this thing. I didn't think we were going to really crack out of it too hard. So I just took my money because I didn't want to turn that into a loser. I already had a really nice day. Just stack another win on it and call it a day. So as far as this going into tomorrow, what I'm sort of looking at is, again, we're still oversold. We're starting to cool that off a little bit. This is the buy zone. I'm still looking to buy here. Unfortunately, with Powell talking, I'm not trading at all tomorrow until he's done. And even after he's done talking, I'm going to let the dust settle a little bit. I'm not trying to mess up these last couple of days here on this trade. It's been really solid. So I'm going to be patient. and let the trade come to me. I want it to show me that it's really going to be a solid A plus setup, and I'll take it. But if it gives me a short, I'm definitely looking short here. If it sells off, I'll look for a solid bounce. We still need a really good bounce here because you can see we're just going down pretty hard. This time we bear flagged, and then we got our gap down, bear flag again. If we get one more flush down, I think it's going to be real extended at that point. Like maybe we only get to the bear flag target that I have marked over here at 819.57. And we do have buyers that stepped in over here to try to defend that gap with us being extended. That would give us hourly bull divergence, and maybe bulls come in and buy that dip. It's definitely dependent on what the market does, though, because SPY is definitely bullish, but that can easily turn in a hurry. You know what I mean? So I'm not trying to step into a freight train playing this bullish on a market that decides it's going to go bear. You know what I mean? So I'm going to be patient. I'm not in a rush. See what tomorrow brings. Like I said, ideally, what I would love to see as far as a short, give me that gap fill. If not, give me $1,000 psychological. And I'll enter longer dated puts. I'm not sure if I'll go with April or May again, but definitely looking to short this still. I'm thinking we come down here longer term, 707. If not, for sure we're going to fill this gap. That's what I believe ultimately within these next couple of months. But yeah, it's going to be hard to really tell. I'm just giving you my thoughts going forward. Like if we get one more leg down, I think that's definitely the bounce at that point. But it's very market dependent and with FOMC, and I think GTC ends tomorrow, so there's a lot of variables here. And I'm definitely going to formulate a game plan going into tomorrow. Just notice what the temperament of the market kind of is, and I'm gonna sit back. Might not trade at all tomorrow, to be honest. Might be just Thursday, Friday. But if there's an opportunity, I'll take it. It just has to be pretty good. Just keep in mind as far as this stock, if you go out here, we're still real extended on the monthly. Like even with that sell off again, 91 RSI, you know what I mean? Like I said, we can pull all the way back down, fill this gap, and that would just replicate what happened back here. It's normal consolidation, you know what I mean? We're still above the 8, still above the 20. It's not bearish on the monthly chart, and it would be normal. Like wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility here. With that sell off, we have a huge rejection candle. Like I said, I'm 100% looking bearish this over the next couple weeks, months. I think if you're trying to long this outside of bounces, you're not being patient. That's my honest opinion. You want this to consolidate and get good price. So you can do whatever you choose to do, but that's my opinion on what I'm seeing going forward. We did try to bounce off this weekly 8 that I was talking about yesterday. You see that wick right there. We're almost cooled off on the weekly. We're just looking for a weekly higher low. So we're still bullish on the weekly. But ultimately, what I believe is wherever this ends, because who really knows, we'll pull back, set a lower high, maybe make a new low. If not, we'll pull back, lower high, chop up. You know what I mean? Regardless, we're looking for consolidation. I still think we can go lower. I think this gap fills. I'd be surprised if it didn't, but anything can happen. And we're in a daily downtrend. We have bear news, so it just adds to the bear case. You know what I mean? It's not the time to be investing into this stock. You want to let the dust settle, let it form a base, give you something to play off of that tells you consolidation is over or we're not selling off as fierce. And you can start whatever plan you formulate on your own. You know what I mean? But personally, I would not touch this right now as far as a long. We can definitely go a lot lower. As far as Nvidia, this has been an absolute pain, I'm sure, for some people. I'm going to start out on the longer term time frame. We're extended on the monthly, but nowhere near as historically oversold, or sorry, overbought as we have been in the past. We can definitely go higher. We had a weekly inside bar bull break. Bears tried to break on the daily chart, which I'll go over soon. They didn't get followed through, so this has been a choppy mess. We still have this weekly gap, trading above the 8, trading above the 20-period moving average. This is still 100% bullish. This is the stock that if you're going to play bull, the AI sector, I'd play this one because, in my opinion, they're the juggernaut. Their earnings justify them more so than those other pumped up stocks to unreasonable levels, in my humble opinion. But it's a little tricky. At least from my perspective, I don't want to touch it. When I see this kind of action, I don't like it. You got that bull break, no follow through, bear break, no follow through. Coming into FOMC, could they try to mess with this even more? Who knows? We're not in a right here. You got a high, low, higher high. Immediately broke down to a lower low. It's chop. We're holding above the 20, still bullish. Ultimately, we're bullish on the weekly, so you can definitely play this bull. My hesitation again is going into the FOMC. Like none of us know what's going to happen there. What's Powell going to say? How's it going to move this market? You break above this though, maybe that's a long. This candle right here, this high of this red candle. Not really sure at this point. Just because it is choppy. It wouldn't be, a continuation of a daily uptrend, but you'd trigger some stops probably. So there's that. Take that for what it is. The GTC ends tomorrow, like I said, so who knows what they're going to say here. Maybe that positively impacts this stock and there's something that none of us know about and it sends this stock to a new all-time high. The price targets are definitely higher. If you look here, ever since the earnings, we've been trading above this 8 exponential each time. Closed right on it here. And yeah, that's holding. So we're still bullish as far as the momentum there. So we could definitely continue to trade upwards. So that's what I'm looking at as far as Nvidia. I said I'm not crazy about trading anything into tomorrow unless it's very long dated stuff. What I bought today was some leaps on Tesla. I'm a little annoyed because I tried to be safe. I bought calls here for a month and a half out, literally almost at the top. It looked like I wanted to push that day, but it was my first entry and a non-FOMO entry, so it was a very small position. And if I made money, I made money. If not, I was going to scale into this. But on Friday, the market on the Qs looked like it wanted to fill the gaps, and I was like, if this consolidates over the weekend, I don't want this position at all. So I closed it out for a loss. Nothing that was significant by any means, but it would have been a winning trade. So the way I tackled this is I'm a buyer at 164 and below, all the way down to here, which is a huge range. But you can see we have touches there, there, a lot of price history here, touch there, obviously another touch here. So to me, this is like the first buying point to 152. And then if that breaks, we fill this gap. So you know what I mean? We can flush that pretty quick. I want to position in here long term due to me being bullish on the company as far as their robotics go. I think this is a steal. So I grabbed the 175s, made my initial position there, and I intend on holding those throughout next year. I'll sell call options against those eventually and just let this pay for itself for the most part. But if you look at this chart, one thing we do have is we have bull divergence on a daily. So there's that. This is a buy zone. We have confluence there. Longer term, I believe this could break out of this pennant we're forming, this longer term pennant, and Tesla could be the sleeper. You know what I mean? The one everyone forgot about. Everyone's bearish Tesla. Yeah, I'm excited about him, to be honest. I think over the next couple of years, this is going to be one to have that I want a very sizable position in. We have gaps above right there. So like 187-ish and a gap up here at 207. in the shorter term, a couple weeks, months, we could fill these. Market continues to be bullish. This bounces out of this buy zone. I'll take it and I'll start selling call options against it then. Lock in my win, basically, and keep my longer dated calls. So I'll sell, weeklies against them. Yeah, so I entered in that for a longer term position. And I did the $100 account challenge. I made my first initial buy there on gold. If you want to check out that video, I released that earlier today. But that's pretty much it. Like I said, I'm not really trading going into tomorrow. The only reason I bought this is because they're leaps, so I have plenty of time. And if I get cheaper price on Tesla, I'll actually be pretty happy. I'm not gonna lie. This is the one I'm the most excited for once the market does consolidate and give us that pullback. I would love for it to beat up Tesla some more. Give me a cheaper price because this thing I think is an absolute steal. And like I said, this is my opinion, the stock I'm picking. You can have your own thesis and own opinion on it. I'm not advocating anyone to buy this, but I really like it. So I made my first stab at it now and going to hold that for the long term. But like I said earlier, if you want to join the Discord, it's completely free. I go over all my stuff in here. So at the main trading floor, and then I have the growth account challenge where I posted in there as far as what I'm looking at as far as my initial entry and going to post a progress. I believe I'm probably going to do this every Friday and just show where it's at. I'm not sure if I'll update it even more than that. Yeah, it's completely free for right now. So take advantage of it while you can and join, learn, ask questions. I'll try to help you out with whatever I can do in here. I can't give financial advice, but I can let you know what I would do as a trader. You know what I mean? Lessons I've learned throughout all the years, some best practices to do. If you want to join, take advantage of it. Links in the description below. And until next time, I wish you the best in the markets.